So you're probably taking a biomechanics course, and I want to go ahead and talk to you about an essential tool that you're going to need, which is a calculator, and what to look for in a calculator, as well as 3 that I recommend. So let's go ahead and get after it. There will be a link to all of these down below this video so that you could go and see what they are at, or get them if you're interested. The first thing in a calculator, regardless of what calculator you get for biomechanics, there's a couple of key functions that you're going to need if you're getting a cheap calculator or just any calculator, and that is the ability to do squaring and square rooting. So make sure before you buy a calculator that it has the ability to square a number. If you go through and look at a lot of the cheap desktop calculators, especially ones that are like aimed at people who do personal finance, you'll notice a lot of them do not have the ability to square a number. And that's really gonna slow you down. You could definitely work around it, but for $1 or $2 more, you can get one that's gonna do it for you and make your life a whole lot easier. So if you're on a budget, the number 1 calculator I recommend is this Sharp EL501X. And this is a little powerhouse of a calculator that is under $10. So I think right now, currently, when I film this video, it's around $8 on Amazon. Obviously that can fluctuate, but this thing's under $10. It can do everything you need and more, including trigonomic functions, so cosine, tangent, and all of that kind of stuff. This is a great little calculator. My one negative thing about this thing is it does require and run on batteries. And you probably have been in a situation where you've gone to take your test and your calculator's died the day of the test or in the middle of the test. And these aren't like AA's or AAA's that are easy to find. These are very small, specific type batteries that are harder to get your hands on. So while this guy is cheap, it runs on batteries, which may cost you more in the long run, both in grades and finances. The next calculator I recommend, and this is my number 1 recommendation for anyone taking a biomechanics course, this is the Texas Instruments 30X. And this thing's gonna do everything you can possibly need to do in this class or other biomechanics classes and more. And the price point's awesome. It's under 20 bucks on Amazon. So yes, a couple bucks more than something really cheap, but if you could spare another $10, this is the thing to get. It's gonna do everything you need to do. You can see your whole equation laid out in front of you so you can check your work, and it runs on solar power. And that means that it's not gonna die in the middle of your test, which is really nice, and it's not gonna cost you more money in the future with batteries. So number 1 recommendation, TI-30X. A lot of students use these bad boys, TI-84s. This is a TI-84 Plus. You could have a TI-83. Personally, I use this one. I had to get it a long time ago for a different class, but if you're just taking biomechanics or that's the most advanced math class you're gonna take, you do not need this calculator. However, if you are taking other advanced math classes, this might be a requirement or a great investment. The other really nice thing about this is its recall function, so you could go through and like with each step of your problem, you could follow your work, you could kind of go back in, change things. There's a lot of just life, there's a lot of quality of life features that are on this thing. Another really great thing about these calculators that a lot of people don't realize is you could actually program in all of your equations that you'll run into in a course. So let's say you need to solve for acceleration and you've programmed that equation into this calculator. You could pull up that function, input your variables, and it will just do it for you. So you don't have to try to recreate these equations or memorize them. Definitely a huge time saver and headache saver for those of you who just have trouble remembering those equations or want to speed things up. These things are really powerful. In high school, a kid that I knew literally programmed a bootleg Pokemon game onto one of these. So there's a lot you could do with them. But like I said, if biomechanics is the only course you're taking and you are not doing anything else and you don't have a calculator, you do not need this one. My number 1 recommendation, TI-30X. I hope you find all these things useful. There's a link down below. So if you're interested in purchasing any of them or looking at any of them, there's a link down below. And I encourage you to check it out. Thanks for watching.